So it made sense just to give you an overview about the result sheets. So there's a hell of a lot of redundancy in the results sheets. In fact, the majority of, I think, 3/4 is not, well, is raw data. If we go towards the end though, we get what's interesting. I'll just colour that a different colour. See, that's awesome. It's kind of cocked up the... Oh, how frustrating. It's mucked up the... Excel is incredibly annoying. Well, so anyway, if we go towards the end, I'm going to colour the compiled ones a different colour, so our sanity is preserved. So in this task we had a target which was either good for me or bad for me. The task was to categorise bizarrely whether good for me or bad for me was actually good for me or bad for me. Before the presentation of the target we had one of 16 primes presented, and each prime was presented 3 times before good for me and 3 times before bad for me. And so that in total I think we had 64 trials, if I'm correct. Perhaps I'm wrong there. And now if we scroll over here, what I've done is the software looks to see whether or not the person accurately did the trial. That is, did it within a certain time, they did it not too quickly, not too slowly, and they did it accurately. And if that happened, we took these 3 trials per prime target combination and we computed the average. And as you can see here, for carbohydrates, we actually have 4 columns, which is ever so slightly odd. But let me just explain that a little bit more. So we have bad for me, we have good for me. That's straightforward. That's simply the average RT for those condition combinations. But what I've done as well, though, I've computed a global difference as well. So we have bad for me global difference and good for me global difference. Now, if I recall, this is taking the average reaction time and just subtracting that particular condition from the overall average time. Anyway, it might be useful, perhaps not useful anyway. So this is it really. So we have these yellow cells. If we scroll over, we should see the country somewhere. We have the language specified all the way over here. And so sometimes whether or not people press a key or not is swapped. So I specify that they're not that interesting because the software automatically processes the data. And I think that's everything. We also record the duration of button presses, and that's stored somewhere as well. Anyway, cheers.